Here we're standing in front of the Walker Grainery. This is Glenn Walker. He donated it to Hart Square in 1984. Glenn will tell you a little bit about the granary. It was in his family.
And this is really not a Walker Grainery. It's the Boyles Grainery. That was my great grandfather, and he lived in Morganton, about 28 miles from here. And this granary, its site is right now under I-40. And when he passed away, my grandfather started using it, who was William Walker, who lived just about a half a mile from where Mr. Boyles lived and was born. And then after he got to where he couldn't use it, my father used it, who was Tillman Walker, and he had several of us children who kept the grain stirred. And the purpose of this building is to store granary. The granary back in those days came out of the field, and it had some green stuff in it, because you don't spray the grain now to kill all the weeds prior to harvesting it. You just harvest whatever was growing at that time, and you put it in this granary, and every day you'd have to go up and shift the granary to keep it from molding. And that was part of my problem and my brother's problem and my sister's problem, along with milking cows, but we won't go there. This granary was built by my great-grandfather, Mr. D.A. Boyles, and it's almost like it was when Bob moved it down here. There's a few differences. The differences are that the floor level was about a foot higher, and these stones here were one stone, and it was each corner set on one stone, and there was absolutely no steps. You couldn't put a plank up there because the rats would get in. So if you left off the steps, built the corners right, you don't have to worry about the rats, because that was good food for the rats. There's 7 downstairs bins, and there's about 4 upstairs bins. And of course, we didn't use the upstairs bins that much unless we had a real good year. And then we had to heave the upstairs bins in the hole up there, or else go instairs and heave them up over the lower bins. But it was quite a chore. And the grain came into this granary in sacks. You harvested in the field, and it would be about maybe 3 bushel sacks, or 2 bushel sacks, I'd say. And the harvester would just throw them off in the field, and then we'd go by and pick them up and put them on the trailer and bring them up and park here. Fortunately, the trailer was almost as high as the granary, so it wasn't that hard to get them in, and you went in and poured them out in the bin. Well, after about a day, you'd come back up and you'd shove all the grain up this way to where you had a 45-degree slope in the bin. And then maybe 2 days later, you'd shove all the grain up this way to where you'd have 45 degree, and then you'd go this way, then you'd go that way. And you'd cover all 4 sides and just keep rotating there until the grain got dried, or those green pieces of weed or whatever was there, or maybe the grain wasn't quite cured or ready to, it was just a little less than ripe, then it was in its curing process also. And but Bob can tell you a little bit how he got this thing down here.
Well, first, Glenn, you need to tell them how you got in, since it was that high, without steps.
Well, that's why I grew so tall. But you had to heave up. Maybe sometimes you'd take a bucket with you and stand up on the bucket and jump in. I know my sister did when Nancy went up there. She'd always take a 5-gallon bucket so she'd be able to jump in. And there's always a rock around there if you felt a little weak one day. And then times you could take a run and go and leap in. But it was a chore to get in, but it was easy to get out.
It has a great early lock, and the original key was still in this door. And we use it today to lock it up, and we hide the key on the cornerstone there. I shouldn't have said that, but anyway. I don't think there's a lot other, it's still got grain in here, been sitting for years, it's still dried out, and the rats don't even eat it. But anyway, the fun part of moving this building, can you imagine moving this size building, probably 16 feet wide, and I guess it's 20, 22 feet long, down the interstate? But we did. 18-foot trailer, jacked it up, slid the trailer under it, 100 pounds there in each trailer. Sunday morning, before daylight, we started down the interstate, probably 28 miles. And when I got to a place where I could get off 40 to the secondary roads, we'd take a 2x4 to go under the light wires, to lift it up high enough to get under the light wires. And when I got it here, it wouldn't go through my gate, which was a 16-foot gate. We had to go ahead and take a chainsaw and cut my gate down to get it in place and put it where it is today. I didn't talk about we stopped. It took most of the morning. It was hot in summer, and we stopped to get the two guys who were helping us something to drink. And while we were coming out, a highway patrolman rode down the road. And think about it, we never got over about 15 miles an hour. I guess he thought we were moving that building from this field to the next field. But anyway, luck has been with me for 45 years.
What Bob didn't tell you, he did take the roof off.
Yeah, I did take the roof off,
And,
but it's still...
And this box, the bottom part, and the roof was just set back together. They weren't rebuilt. It's exactly like it was.
Same structure. But it lasts this long, not chinked, just the roof on it, open all the way, and birds can come in and out, coons can come in and out. I've caught coons in here, squirrels in here. But it's preserved as good as any of these buildings that you're looking at in here today that have chinking in them. Chinking being the stuff between the logs.
Well, I estimate this building was built probably mid-1800s.
Well, another thing that Glenn estimated was the weight. What do you think this thing weighs?
Well, it weighs 50,000 pounds.
It's really heavy. 100 pounds there in each tire. They were low.